Welcome everybody, I'm Kamil Sarji, your host with Gold Door Realty. I'm the broker owner, and I have Michelle Parenteau here today with Michelle Lee Designs.
Hi Camille.
Hi, thank you very much for stopping by and doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great.
I have to be honest, you're the first female person I'm interviewing.
Wow, all right, I feel honored then.
Oh goodness, this is a magnet. Okay, so the way this works is for the first 2 minutes, I'm gonna ask you random questions.
Okay.
Okay, and then after that we go into the real estate industry.
All right.
Okay, I use this because it keeps me on track.
Everyone needs one of those. Oh yeah.
Changes colors.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Nice. You know I'm all about color, so.
All right, so put this here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they can see it, but it's okay. Maybe we, put it
Are you there?
Look at that.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's hidden.
It's another use for the plant.
Okay. All right. All right, so who's in nowadays? Britney Spears or JoJo Siwa?
Neither?
You gotta pick one.
I guess JoJo.
Okay.
Yeah,
JoJo.
Britney hasn't really done anything lately, so yeah.
If you went to a line dancing get together,
Yes.
right? And there was no one to pair up with you, what would you do?
I guess I would try to do it by myself, but it's a little scary when I try to do coordination dancing. So,
All right.
if you ask my friends,
So
I'll
how would
get
you-
into it. Yeah.
How would you solve this puzzle? Okay, we got Superman and Robin. You know Robin,
Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're arguing. They're like arguing about the tights that they have to wear to this date they're going to.
Okay.
Right? Purple. They're like arguing about it. How would you solve that puzzle?
Well, purple doesn't work with their uniforms, like their costumes. So you'd have to change it.
But it's for the date, you know.
Ugh. Don't wear them.
What do you mean? Don't wear anything?
I wouldn't wear the tights. I would take them off.
Okay. So if what's a family tradition that you like?
Family tradition? Every year I take the kids to either Yarmouth or Hyannis, and we go on a little vacation because it's hard for me to get away sometimes with work and stuff like that. But a good 4 days we spend together. There's nothing planned. We go to the beach. We go out to eat. We go shopping, and it's nice family time.
And last question is, from the date, Robin got someone pregnant. Robin got someone pregnant.
Okay.
And they decided to adopt a baby.
Okay.
Put her up for adoption.
Yep.
Which country would you say they should adopt it to? Canada or Australia?
Australia.
Australia. All right. You're not gonna ask who Robin got pregnant?
Who did Robin get pregnant?
Supergirl.
Supergirl? Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna go with that.
And Superman's pissed.
Yeah, all right, I can see that. But he's Robin.
So what'd you think? What's up with those questions?
Those are some twisted questions.
Weird.
It's almost like the would you rather that I had to answer in my
Yeah.
last podcast, so.
And it's like sad. Like I think I would cry if I wouldn't go line dancing, but if I did in another universe and I was the only one, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'll just leave, never talk to these people again or see them.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I've tried swing dancing before, back in the day when that was a big thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no. 2 left feet, so it's.
So you wouldn't do line dancing?
I probably wouldn't do line dancing. But
I hear you.
Danced on top of a bar, I would do that. Yeah.
What do you think of these, like in our way?
I think you need to tuck them in a little bit, so let me do my designing here and just like.
It was placed there on purpose.
That's a little better.
Okay, yeah.
It needs
now
a
we
little
can
trimming,
see each other.
so we need a landscaper over here.
Nice.
Yeah, that's better.
I like it.
Yeah, that works.
So Michelle, tell me about your world. Like you.
Been crazy.
What do you do? Like first thing, I'm so curious about.
Okay.
How the heck did you get started with
Interior design?
Interior designing.
Okay. Since I've been a little girl, I've loved design. I've loved colors and texture. I used to play with my Barbies and dye their hair and stuff like that just to play with the colors.
Yep.
I redesigned my bedroom when I was 7 years old. My grandparents let me pick out wallpaper, window treatments, carpet. So I was already starting to get into that textile feel.
Yeah.
But it was really when my twins were 2 years old that I decided to go out on my own. I had a degree in fashion marketing. I worked in Macy's and Filene's doing all the visual merchandising. But I really wanted to have a schedule that was flexible so I didn't have to put them in daycare. And so I'd be able to see clients, but be there for them too. And so I just, one client at a time, I started my company name and I got business cards, and I'd go to open houses and meet with realtors and ask them, let me stage your house for you that you're trying to sell, because I know that I can make this sell pretty quickly. So that's kind of how I started. And Cranston Chamber of Commerce too was a huge help. So networking, yeah.
I love your marketing strategy using your full name, Designs.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I have to pay homage to my friend Stephanie, because she helped with that. So, though my mother named me, so I mean, there's that also.
I was going to start
a little bit of both.
Cake delivering company, and I was going to call it Kamil Sarji Cake Delivery Company in Rhode Island, but that was too long.
You could shorten it a little bit. Camille's Cakes?
That sounds like
No.
bad, like
Okay.
naughty.
It's naughty. Okay.
Camille's Cakes?
That's a whole nother, all right.
Yeah, it's another episode.
Podcast, yeah.
Okay, so that's how you got into it, and you really got inspired to start your own business,
Yes.
follow your dream. How long ago was that?
So July 20th will be 20 years for my
20
company.
years?
Yes.
I thought you were like 25.
I wish.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
I
so
know.
20 years.
20 years.
That's awesome.
And it's been amazing. I mean, every year is just more growth, more opportunities. It's been unbelievable. I just filmed with New England Living Television episode of a kitchen and 2 bathrooms I did, and talked about color and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool.
I see you like on TV. I
Yeah.
wake up, I'm like, oh my God, Michelle's on TV.
I know.
So not many people know this, but Michelle helped with my design. When I bought these buildings and got everything set up, I hired Michelle
That's
to
right.
help me. And the reason is I knew I was going to be overwhelmed with so many decisions, and especially starting the brokerage and redoing these whole buildings. Michelle was a great help. Look at
Thank
these colors.
you. Look at this orange. This is not safe.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to be safe in here.
And I said, go crazy with the colors. Like,
That's
do whatever
right.
you want. I love.
We went
crazy.
bright and happy and cherry, and it's just a great co-working space. There's so much energy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And because of the colors thing.
Yeah.
I
No, color
wore
is huge.
My red corduroys today.
Yes, you did.
You know, I gotta. You know,
That's
keep it
right. We're
real.
gonna keep it with the colors.
So as far as like 20 years, that's amazing.
It's a long time.
So as far as like real estate, because I know you help restaurant owners
Yep.
redo their world, but
Yes.
we're going to focus more on residential.
Okay.
So how do you help residential customers?
So I meet with my clients and interview them and find out what they're trying to achieve in the house. Is it a kitchen renovation, a bathroom renovation, the whole entire house? Are they trying to have a more functional space where they can entertain? Or do they have a family, an expanding family? So I really just try to listen to their wants and needs and try to help them achieve that. And I also try to help them, a lot of people can't visualize, so I try to help them visualize their space. A lot of people are very afraid of color, so I try to bring them out of their safe zone. I was just doing that today with a client actually, because she loves beige, and that's okay. It's a neutral color. It's better than gray.
Yeah. Or white.
Or white walls.
White trim.
And so we're slowly working on it, but she's
Okay.
slowly starting to embrace color. So, and I think that's huge.
Oh my gosh. So realtors, we work with so many different personality types, and I'm sure you deal with that. You
Oh,
deal
absolutely.
with people who
The
are
public.
like open to
Yeah.
these
Oh, yeah.
changes and people who are not.
Absolutely, definitely. Some people, they want what they want and that's it. And so sometimes I look at a project, okay, I'm just gonna do what they wanna do. I don't try to impose my views on what they're trying to do. I try to help them. But sometimes you can do amazing things and have a lot of fun, and sometimes it's a paycheck, so.
What do you do when you get a client?
A tough one?
Yes, a tough one who doesn't like your suggestions.
I go get
Have you
margaritas?
ever- what?
I go get margaritas.
Okay, alcohol, all right.
Alcohol?
Is that what you... Oh, wait. Margaritas for you, not them.
Oh yeah, no, me.
Oh,
me.
for you. Okay, all right. But
Some
what if you did give
clients,
them?
increase the alcohol consumption sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have clients that they want to micromanage and they think they know everything, and sometimes you have to stand back and just watch what happens and be
Yeah.
like, all right, I know that you really wanted that and you thought that was going to work, but then they realize what we should have went in this direction, and like, you were right, we should have went this way. This was not the right thing to do. Sometimes they admit it, sometimes no. So, but there's all different people in the world.
Have you ever had to deliver bad news to a client and say, I don't think this is a good fit, I'm gonna have to not work with you?
I've never fired a client. I always try to get along with most personalities. So I've tried my best. I mean, there have been some where I guess I just kind of quietly was like, this is not working out. So I just walked away from it. But I really try to just see everything through, even if it's not easy. And especially especially during COVID and stuff like that, with delays and things coming damaged and taking just a long time to get things done. It was hard for people because they wanted things right away, that instant gratification, and it doesn't always happen that way, especially during that period of time. It was tough.
So picking something and going like out and getting like crazy colors. So example for me, I'm like, yes, I love colors. Let's go crazy with it.
Right.
But little guy in the back of my head is like, maybe you should keep it like professional, not crazy, because some people are going to be like, just a little tiny guy in my head. Just a little tiny guy.
Yeah.
So, but people do get that.
Yeah.
Right? They do get that scared feeling like, am I doing the right thing? Or, oh my gosh, this color is crazy.
People are
I
always
don't know.
scared because there's so many colors too. But I do feel once we do achieve that right color, it just completely transforms the space. And I mean, people have cried, have hugged me. They just get so excited. Even when I did a restaurant in Rogers Family Restaurant, and most of the colors we had blues and grays and stuff like that. But the vintage cafe side, I fought for that red wall because I said, you guys have to have this pop of red because it's just going to make everything look so great. Because there was an existing really cool old white cooler.
Vintage cafe, where's that?
Rogers Family Restaurant is in Somerset.
Somerset, okay.
Yes. After we did that red, it was just the owners, my clients were just so overjoyed. And they were nervous. She was nervous. But it just brought it all together and it was like that, pow, you need it sometimes.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes they need to actually wait until the furniture is in? If it's a room that they change the color, like just wait till the furniture is in and it's all gonna make sense.
Sometimes I do have clients that have to wait for, say, a kitchen reno, right? For everything to be all in and then the wall color goes up. So, because I can see it all come together, they just can't sometimes. So, and sometimes you're trying to match existing things in the house too, so, which can be a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Now let's talk about something that's for an investor who wants to take this crappy house and make it very nice and appealing, aside from the color.
Yeah.
Like, what other things can you do? Have you worked on flips?
I've done, did a huge flip in East Greenwich. It was over 5,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 floors.
Wow, how
with
many
a
bedrooms?
limited budget.
With a limited budget.
A limited budget, but we made it work. But yeah, so I've done huge flips, small flips, and they usually sell pretty quickly too. My thing is with investors or contractors that want to flip houses, spend a little more money and do it right. Because when that person goes to buy that house, you don't want them to have to go and then rip everything out and redo it. You want to be able to move into it and not worry.
So there's times, I mean, I've seen a lot of flips, normal homes and flips, and I'm sure you have too.
Yes.
There are a lot of crappy jobs out
Absolutely.
there. And it might not affect like a lot of buyers, but some buyers who buy it and they're like, after living there for a week, they're like, why is this here? This doesn't make sense. Why is this here? Or this cabinet, it's like, that's so frustrating. So
absolutely.
Working with you, like
I can run the whole entire project for a contractor or investor. So I can get all the products and materials there. I can get the subcontractors. So I can get it put together and make it female friendly too. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of these flips that are done are so male centered and they really don't appeal to women at all. So, because it's these dark colors and everything is the same and it's all white and gray. There's just so much more. Even, you don't have to do bold colors or anything. You could do soft tones.
They make a decision.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, women are...
Because guys have no clue about the color. They're like, yeah, whatever, I don't even care. I just want to live in a house.
That's right. They want to have they want to have the man cave. They want to be downstairs. They don't have to deal with it. Women want a beautiful kitchen too. I mean, that is huge.
Okay, wait, about that.
Yeah.
So the guy is like, all right, you can have the whole house.
Yeah.
I just want this small closet.
That's right.
That I can call my man cave.
Yes.
Paint it, whatever. Like.
Right. They don't care. They're in the cave.
I'll be in there.
Yeah.
And but you can have the whole house. You can decorate everything.
That's right.
But as long as I have my little closet, man cave closet, then I'm happy.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing with the kitchens and the bathrooms. Again, think about the materials that you're putting in there when you're flipping this house. That's important too. Women don't want these dark gray, dark browns, level 1 granite in their kitchen. They want light, they want happy, so.
Yeah, I just saw one last week here. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking like, so it's like big tiles? Is that?
Large format tile.
Large format tile.
Yep.
That they had a lot of.
Okay.
They used it for the kitchen.
Okay.
Counter.
Oh, no.
Yep, gets better. And then the bathroom.
No.
They I guess needed a little piece where the shower.
The niche? Or where the shower, the valves were?
Shower valve.
Oh.
And they plopped it right there, perfectly in the middle. And I'm like, oh my gosh, whoever gets this, they're gonna be like,
Rip that out. Yeah. No, I mean, there's no reason you don't have to put the exact same tile in every single space in the house. And you want to think about the right size tile too when you're doing kitchen backsplash and stuff like that. You don't want this big chunky tile back there. So it just looks heavy and it overpowers everything.
it was scary.
That sounds scary.
So because you said something earlier that's like, wow, this is such a relief. Like if I'm doing a flip, you said that you'll not only pick the colors, pick the tile, pick the flooring, you'll also manage the contractors?
I'll manage so you don't have to deal with that.
So if
I will kick them in the butt.
And we're going to talk about that in a second. So I get a flip, I buy it, hire you, and I tiptoe away. And I get the next one.
That's right.
Get out of here.
And it sells within less than a week. So
Wow.
I know. See, it's a win-win.
So as far as like a flip business partner, you are the person.
Yes.
Because literally, I could just buy something and be like, Michelle, can you help?
Yes.
And then I go buy the next one. Next one.
A lot of my clients, I've done that with a lot of clients.
Awesome.
So, no, it's always and they're always the one making a nice investment too. And making more money than what they could do. So.
And the flipper doesn't have to worry about the size of the tile, putting the tile one big piece in the shower, and wow.
No, there's ways to make flips look pretty. They don't have to just walk in, all right, yep, someone flipped this house. So, and then you can tell. You just tell by the vinyl plank they put in, by the tile they put in, the light fixtures. You can do some really cool light fixtures also, which makes a big difference.
Would you say people that flip properties don't micromanage you and just give you the microphone?
Most of them do. But they sometimes like to have a little say too. So, yeah.
I mean,
but most of the time I kind of do my thing.
Yeah. You doing everything is just like.
And I'm going to make sure it coordinates because a lot of contractors will just choose stuff. Ooh, I saw this at Home Depot and this was on clearance.
What do you think?
Oh, let me slap this up on the shower and this is like creamy colored white. But then this tile was cheaper and then that's like white and gray and then nothing matches. And it's not fair to the people buying the house. Because now they have to either live with it or rip it out.
But they can say, Michelle, this pallet of tile fell off the truck. Can we use it somewhere?
Then we figure it out. It could be that bathroom that's, not the main bathroom, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And there's ways to repurpose. Like a home I did in Cranston, it was a big flip. I think it was 4,000 square feet, I believe. There were existing shutters and stuff like that. And so we sprayed the shutters and we did a different color. We left the same front door and painted that. Gave the outside of the house a new fresh coat of paint. I mean, the inside, most of it got gutted, because there were a lot of animals living in there.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It was
so
an
you
interesting
tell
flip.
them to leave, or how's that work?
Some of them were alive, some of them weren't living, so.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so that's what makes it a flip.
Have you ever gotten pissed off, threw something down, like to show your anger at a contract?
I have my amazing crew that I work with. My contractor is like my brother. That's how close we are. And my other contractor too, we're very close. I have gone head to head with other contractors and I have no problem standing up for my clients. I've had them in my face before. And I have no problem standing up. Because in this business, you have to have a thick skin. But I don't lose my temper with clients or anything like that, because that gets you nowhere.
Most contractors are male.
Yes.
And they do their things, they're male, and now all of a sudden there's a woman coming in telling them what to do and how they should do things. How do you work with that? And has that been a challenge?
It has been a challenge when I'm not working with the people I usually work with. I've tried to, I have to win them over a little bit and show them that I'm not just there to pick out colors, that I do know a lot of what's going on with the project and stuff like that. Whether it's electricians, let's say, okay? They like to just put lights wherever sometimes. And it looks like a runway. And that's so important to have everything laid out correctly so your light is evenly spread out. And sometimes they just don't wanna, they'll just throw all the lights up and that's it. Same thing with tile work. That's important, making sure that tile's installed correctly and isn't all bumpy and popping out, let's say. But it's not easy. So, because some contractors are they're a little old school sometimes. They don't, I've done kitchen layouts before and kind of got into it with the contractor a little bit because I said, why do you want to put a refrigerator refrigerator against the wall. Now you're opening your door against the wall. Like
Yeah.
I would do it like this. And it's hard sometimes. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Do you think it's sexism, or do you think it's them assuming the person, whether it's male or female, doesn't have the experience?
I really think that, I don't know if people really understand what an interior designer does. A lot of people think that, oh, I can decorate and, you know, and I pick colors and that's it. And I don't know if people realize that this is an actual profession, a living. I make a living doing it. I've done it for 20 years and not just some space shot. I know what I'm talking about, and it is hard. I mean, it could be a little sexism too. I was told when I was first starting out, because I started residential and then I definitely wanted to be in commercial, I knew that. So I was leaning towards restaurants. And I had a painter tell me that I was too nice and that I belonged with the stay-at-home moms.
Wow.
That I should work with them in the residential world. I can't handle the commercial world.
Oh, man.
And I looked at him and I said, I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is tough. It took a long time, even being part of the Cranston Chamber of Commerce, being taken seriously as a female, as a designer, that I knew what I was talking about. So, because they would say, oh, you pick colors, that's it. So,
Yeah, that's, I'm sorry
Yeah.
that you deal with that.
it is tough. It's a male-dominated world of the construction industry and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
so it is hard.
Amy, the plumber, do they listen to her?
I don't know.
Is she a plumber, or is it just the brand?
I'm not sure. I don't know any female plumbers. So, yeah.
I've seen that, like the Annie plumber. I wonder if there is a Annie.
Maybe she's tough.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Kick butt.
So yeah, that's crazy. Can you take me through your process? Like when you go into a flip, like what do you do? Like
So, I mean, the last flip, I haven't done a flip in a little bit, but the last flip I did was probably a couple of years ago. I met my client over there and we did a walkthrough and we had to come up with a budget of what I could do for new cabinets, new countertops, new lighting, you know, all the paint, what that's gonna cost, and, you know, budget all that out. And then get all the people there that can get the work done too, that will fall into that budget. So sometimes I have to beg a little bit, but going through all that, getting everything ordered, figuring it out, and then you just start. That's it. You start demoing and sheetrocking and painting and doing whatever.
Yeah,
Get it going, because there's a short amount of time too. Flip it. That's the thing. You know, I want to say that it was October. I think I had started a flip in October. I had it listed by the second week in November, so it was quick.
wow, that is
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
What percentage of projects end up completing on time?
We have a good system down now. So it really depends on the client. So I have some projects that we have everything picked out, ordered, ready to go on site. And I want to say it takes us about maybe like 5-6 weeks to get a kitchen done. So
Okay.
if everything is on site and ordered.
Yeah.
I have projects I've been working on since last July that still aren't done. So it depends.
Waiting for things and
Decisions.
Decisions,
So,
oh.
yeah. But most, I want to say, we can get a kitchen done quicker than a bathroom. Because a bathroom's a little more, it's all the plumbing and stuff like that. So as long as the plumber shows up.
yeah. Yeah, contractors is just so overwhelmed and can't keep track of what the heck's going on.
And residential sometimes goes quicker than, say, a restaurant. Like some restaurants I work on are brand new. So the space is completely shut down and you can do whatever you want. But a lot of restaurants I work on are working restaurants that there is no shutting it down. And so you have to try to, whenever you have the time to get it done, you work on it and try to get it done. So it's a process.
I would say that just looking at a house, like a listing, go in and try to price it out, I could tell how fast it's going to sell just by how good of a job the
Right.
flipper did.
Yeah.
When I say
that's
flipper,
huge.
it's like,
Yeah.
I always think of flipper. You know flipper?
Oh, the dolphin?
Dolphin, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
And what's another word, word
feel like
for
it's a
flipper?
little-
Just call them flip?
Yeah, probably flipper, right?
Flippo?
I don't know. My boyfriend makes me watch those zombie flippers. I think it's all flippers, right?
Is
Have you watched
flipper?
zombie houses?
Wait, there's zombie flippers?
Not, I thought it was zombies, right? Like Walking Dead, because that would be very cool. But no, it was, they call it a zombie house, and it happens
Yeah.
in Florida, I think. And it's just these horrible, beat up, rundown houses that nobody wants. And they go in there and they flip it. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
All right, I thought they were like zombie
I thought
dolphins.
so. Oh, zombie
who are, like,
dolphins.
going around, like that's what I thought you were saying.
That could be a whole nother, my daughter could do a character. She could. She could draw something up. I just came
Yeah.
up with a new character. So, yeah.
But it's scary to imagine. Okay, sorry, we went off track.
We got way off track.
So flippers,
Some of them are investors and some of them are contractors, actual contractors.
investors are more like, yeah, just do what you want.
Yeah, and they don't touch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Contractors are more likely to be like, yeah, I don't think that would be a good decision. I think we should do
Right,
a whole
right.
other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what I don't understand is I have gone to some open houses and these houses that are flipped, let's say, and get listed. I just don't understand why the kitchens are so tiny and the islands are on top of the appliances. So it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, all these little things that are seen, like railings on a deck, just like not
Falling apart.
screwed in.
Yeah.
Like
Basements, I looked at it. So this was a flip house and I went into it was like a Hobbit basement, whatever. It was tiny. I could smell the mold right away. And I told the realtor, I said, I smell black mold. I can't believe you would even list this house. You can smell mold, which is not safe. So it surprises me.
So going into a listing, I could tell, if they did a good job, how fast it's going to sell, and that's important.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what the investor wants. They want
Definitely
to sell it quick and for the most.
And go to the next one. Yeah. So what are you seeing out there when you see the flips and stuff like that?
So many weird things, oddly, kitchens mostly. Kitchens that are counters are weird, or the layout of the kitchen is in a weird spot. Like, why'd they put the sink here if they had this whole kitchen area to mess around with?
And that's what drives me nuts.
And the basement's like open. Like, why would you put?
Right. And sometimes if a flipper or investor worked with a designer, you wouldn't have to worry about those things because it would be laid out the right way, the most functional way too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes it's not something that it's just rip it out, get it done, move on to the next. But you should think about bathrooms too. Lay it out correct. Why would you want two separate vanities when you could have one nice big one with double bowls and stuff like that, with a nice big walk-in shower?
Yeah.
So those are things I don't think they think about.
And I've seen a lot of your work. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, top notch, like super classy, luxury.
Thank you.
Those are the homes that sell fast and for a lot.
Oh, no, absolutely. So, and then what I've noticed also in the real estate world, staging, stuff like that, why people have so many personal items everywhere in their rooms, in the house, when it's getting photographed. I just don't understand it.
Even not photograph, even walking around at an open house and like, oh, I know that guy.
I went through a house, I think the guy was a hunter or something, and I told him, I said, look, I said, you want to sell this, you gotta get rid of the guns, you gotta get them out of the way. And maybe the animal heads too, off the wall. Just saying. Checkbook, put it away.
Yeah, oh my gosh. We have a list, like make sure these things are hidden or locked up, please.
Yeah, and steam the comforters when you're taking pictures. It drives me nuts. These are the things I see and I'm like, why? It makes a big difference.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did
I miss anything as far as flipping? I think I asked all the interesting questions.
I think that's it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The biggest thing is, like I said, use good quality materials. You don't have to spend millions of dollars, but if you're listing a house for $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, put the money into it because you're making a nice profit.
Yep.
So.
And someone will come along, like they don't care about the appraisal, they're gonna pay more just because everything in there is exactly
Absolutely.
what they.
And good quality paint too, goes a long way. No Home Depot Lowe's paint.
Any nightmare situation where you've built something and then all of a sudden there was an earthquake that came and destroyed everything?
One flip I worked on, we had a lot of issues with water. Water just kept coming in.
Oh my gosh. What kind of water? Like from the rain or from pipe?
From outside and so it was a water heater that went and we just had brand new carpeting put in the basement, water everywhere. So I learned how to rent one of those big things from Home Depot, those big fan things, whatever.
Yeah.
I've never rented before.
To save the day.
Save the day. And so you never know, that's the thing, but we had a lot of problems. I mean, just even the outside spigot or something, like we had just painted and vinyl planked one of the spaces in the house and water was just pouring right into the sill, everything.
Yeah, it's such a nightmare.
It's a huge nightmare and it does so much damage.
Oh yeah, money down the drain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, Michelle. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thanks, Camille. This is
welcome.
great.
And then we point at the camera.
Oh, okay. Point.
Yep. All right. Thank you.